Yeah, man, brother.
Today we're in the barbershop and we're talking with Alex Babb, my barber, also known as the best in Guyana. So, Alex, how are you doing today, man?
I'm okay, man. Just enjoying the weather today.
Yeah,
It's
well,
on another day of it.
yeah, this is the kind of weather that makes you want to stay in, eh?
Can't stay in though.
Yeah. Nevertheless, today we're talking with Nygil, and in this episode we're talking about the evolution of men and how they take care of themselves from then to now. Now, let's talk a little about you first. Tell us how long you've been a barber.
Well, I've been in this field about like 10 to 12 years.
10 to 12 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's some time, huh? What inspired you to become a barber?
Well, in the neighborhood I grew up, we had a lot of young kids and a lot of community barbers also, and I always wanted to be like one of them.
Mhm. So how did you learn the trade?
Well, walking around, cutting kids here, elders here for free with just a razor blade and comb. And
You start
do it from there, man.
you start from the OG days, cutting with razor blade and comb.
Yeah,
Yeah, this OG. So, you didn't have like no barber in school or anything. You had anybody to learn the trade from?
Nope, just friends and family, guiding you.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular cousin, Shumika,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she was
So-
way behind me with it.
So they all encourage you to just be the best at it and keep
Definitely.
developing the skills.
Yep, definitely.
10 to 12 years in the field, there's a long time. And I guess with, that amount of experience, you can speak well on the evolution of men in terms of grooming themselves from then to now. So from the time you started to do barbering to now, what are some of the changes that you've seen, in how men take care of themselves, men and young boys?
Well, to me, the whole concept in dust cutting here, everything has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could see men really like being more genuine with themselves, like doing facials, dyeing the hair, being more like care about the outcome more, man. Yeah.
So there's this narrative that people usually push, right? A man, a man that's a real man, right?
Uh-huh.
Don't do facial, they don't take care of all these things, because in our last episode we spoke about pedicure and manicure, right? And one of the things that they said is that men don't do pedicure and manicure. But now, can you speak to like the amount of men, the population of men that would come in here to do facials and ensure that their skin's smooth and the hair cut and these things?
Well, I have a lot of customers, right? And from what I see, a lot of men really taking care of themselves, doing facial, pedicure, washing the hair before they cut the hair, really care about their hygiene more. So I wouldn't say it's a type of man should and should not. I think every man should. Every man should take care of themselves, Yeah, it's facial is not nothing like a real man or a gay man should do, It should be for everybody, no female. There shouldn't be no line to it.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the benefits of doing these things. Now, the whole reason for this conversation is so that we can help young boys to understand how to care for themselves properly. So what are some of the benefits of doing a facial firstly?
Okay, well, we get some men got some dry skins. It helps to moisturize the skin, help them to give it a better tone, enrich the skin also, make them feel more comfortable, more confident. It's just something great, man. Something that's a great experience that barbers are putting out there to make men feel more genuine about themselves.
And what's the process for the facial?
Well, so the first facial is like steaming your face, a towel in it, a nice face massage, put on the face mask and pull out all the different fat and make sure the face is clean and tidy.
And why is it important that a guy cuts his hair regularly? I got some friends that they prefer to just grow the hair.
Well, some men do it because of work. Some men do it for the ladies. Some men do it just for like normal self care. And I just enjoyed grooming them. Definitely just enjoy grooming them. Love, enjoy conversating and everything with them. So I love to see when men take care of themselves, man.
So I'm happy that you mentioned conversing with the men. Now, as a barber, I know that your experience, you said you're in the field for 10 to 12 years and you say you have a lot of customers. So it means that you speak to a lot of people. Now, I want you to tell me and be honest with me, how do you deal with a customer who comes into the shop, sits in your chair, and then their head full of dandruff? How do you have that conversation with that person? Or some people hear they smell bad. How do you have that conversation with that person in terms of helping them to improve their personal hygiene?
Well, I would start off asking them like which field they in. So like know why they are in with all them dusties or anything. So as hearing the field where they're in, you could give them different type of treatment for them. Because if you're in a construction field, you could wash your hair like every 2 to 3 days. Keep your hair clean and make sure you grease it or oil it, part it and put grease in it to keep the dandruff out. Also, keeping your hair low is very important also when you have dandruff or sometimes maybe you might be sweating in your head. Yeah, so keeping your hair low helps a lot with that.
So is there anything like they can use when they're washing the hair to ensure the dandruff is taken care of and these things?
You get the head of shoulder shampoo and air conditioner. After using that, you could use some nice tea tree oil, carrot oil, and keep oiling the scalp of the hair. Yeah, that's a great ingredient for the hair.
So you never had anybody like respond negatively towards you when you had a conversation with them about their personal hygiene and so forth?
So far, no. Got great customers, man. I love them. I love them.
That's
They
nice, man.
understand me a
That's
lot,
nice.
and I love them a lot.
That's nice, man. That's nice. So we know the barbershop, right? The barbershop has one rule. What's the rule in this barbershop? Let me see if it's rule across the barbershops.
If it's the rule that what?
The rule in this barbershop. Now, most barbershops usually have one rule, right? And that rule is usually whatever is said in the barbershop or whatever happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop. That's the rule here too, right?
Yeah, all over, man.
Good.
The man code.
Good. So there's a man code, good, the bro
Yeah.
code. Now we know the women, whenever they go to the salon, they take you ever drop your girl to the salon and had to wait on her?
Wait like 2-3 hours,
2-3 hours. Good. and how long on average did it take for a man to cut his hair?
45 minutes.
Good. So I personally feel like some of the time that the women spend in the salon is time that they use to converse with people and talk all certain things and catch up on these certain things. Now we know that it happens in the barbershop as well. Because the narrative that the women pushing right now is that men talk more than women, and I don't know how I feel about that.
But the things that we talk about, it'd be like sports, maybe politics, music videos, all kind of different debates. Great stuff, man. We talk educational stuff in here, and
so then, in that case, then you can answer this question: How does a conversation in the barbershop help men to feel like they have a sense of community and to foster more positive mental health for the men?
well, put it like this. So, for example, if you came into the barbershop and 2 gentlemen having a conversation about something positive, and you took the time out, instead of looking at a barber's haircut, you took the time out and listened to the main conversation. And it really inspired you somehow that you went through the same thing, or it even give you an idea of somehow that you can benefit for your future or anything like so. So I believe sometimes people come into the barbershop just to like sit and be motivated. So
a
the
chill
barbershop
spot.
is a great spot, great place for like encourage the youth them to grow and enrich themselves in the community.
So you'd say that the barbershop actively plays its part in society in terms of helping the young boys that we have from school that would come to get their haircut. The barbers play a very vital role in ensuring that those young guys receive the guidance that they need,
Yes.
especially as it relates to grooming and hygiene.
Yes, definitely. Because barbering has changed over the past few years. It has changed a lot. I never thought I would have been doing all of these things day like today. Wearing gloves, doing facial, dyeing hair, washing hair, you know? I've gone to a different level, man. Yeah.
And so we know with the barbershop changing, the pricing changed too.
Yeah,
Because
definitely. The more work.
as a youth man, I used to pay
I used to
$300
go
for
there for $200 starting off.
$200.
Yeah, $200.
Imagine that.
Yeah, now my price vary according to the haircut. My price vary and my customers love paying me for my service because they enjoyed it, man. Yeah.
Because as a youth man, I used to pay $300 to get a tee. Basically, to get the same haircut that I get in now, right? I feel like I can tell them how much I just pay for this haircut.
Yeah, no problem.
Because now that I'm an adult, I pay $3,000 when I come to the barbershop.
Yep.
You understand? So things would have vastly changed.
Not fastly. I would say 10 to 12 years, they've long. You would say they're fastly?
No, I'm saying it has vastly changed in terms
vastly.
of
I thought you said
like
vastly.
there's a big difference now,
Yeah,
you know?
a big difference.
Yeah, so, but let's say we have the young guys who are still going to school. What provision do we have for them? You know, there may be a young person that is looking at this podcast and they want to start taking better care of themselves, but they're still going to school and, you know, they're not at liberty to earn for themselves as yet. What advice or what provision does the barbershop have for those guys to have affordable cuts?
Well, people put it like this: if like a kid doing great in school, you encourage them to do great and offer them a prize, which would be free haircut, free facial, or free self-care of themselves for a day or maybe twice.
Okay.
So just to encourage the kids them, so we know that they are the future, as they say. We love to encourage them in that way.
Yeah, I see what you're saying in that. And so, do you have like any stories that you've seen that had a positive impact on somebody after they came to the barbershop and when they left that helped to, you know, like with their health and their overall self-confidence? You know, like how men, you know, I mean, I don't know about most men, right? But I know about me. Whenever I finish getting my hair cut and I leave the barbershop, sometimes before I leave the barbershop, I gotta take a selfie. Because, you know, I just feel me haircut.
Well, in many cases, I experienced that before. Men came here looking like, you know, came out of the interior and looking in a mess. So when you finish giving them their haircut, hair wash, you dyeing their hair, facial their hair, you know, the man start tell himself like he's 16 again, and this could be a 43-year-old man. So the feeling is just different, man. When you keep getting like reviews like that, it makes you feel completely different. You put yourself in a whole different category. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So, my final question is, over the years as a barber, right? And, you know, you said that trends would have been changing, the things that you've been seeing and doing as a barber could have evolved. How do you stay updated with the trends that's taking place in barbering and staying on top of the game? Because your Facebook name is Best in Guyana. So how did you stay as the best in Guyana?
Well, I watch a lot of TikTok videos and get this fellow named Best in Miami. And I really admire the way he cut hair and the way he self-care with his customers, also with himself. And I told myself, I'm rated at that in my own country, so I will also name myself Best in Guyana. And to be honest, I feel great when people see me on the road and call me that. So it does inspire me to do more, man.
And for you as an individual, how do you, in terms of your grooming practices and your self care, how do you take pride in it in terms of helping to encourage your customers to, do their best, look their best, feel their best?
Well, I practice that by trying to keep a healthy hygiene, dress well, look well. So they could encourage them every time they come and see me. Be somebody new every time they come and see me. They can be someone new.
Yeah. So who does cut you here? Because when I come into the barber shop, right, one of the things that I look at is if my barber guy here, I feel like he could cut me here. Because our plot here, man, gun, understand how to cut a low level head. You understand? So who's cut you here?
Well, I got a lot of barbers. I won't lie. You get Andrew Gappy, you get Ralph, Backman, Kevin. Anyone the barbers in the barbershop, Mark, Jason, George, anyone could cut my hair.
So you trust any of them to just sit in a chair and say, hey, set me up?
Yes, each and every barber, man. I like trying each and every barber.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this brings us to the end of our conversation. But just before we go, I'll give you the opportunity to say something to the listeners, to our viewers, that will encourage them to maintain a healthy hygiene, especially in men. And you can speak to the men and let them know how it is that, they can continue to build their hygiene and, do their best.
Okay, to all the men out there, I will say continue to focus more on yourself. Take good care of yourself, cut your hair often, wash your hair often, take one or two facials maybe every 2 weeks or once a week. And just keep living out there, man. Make somebody proud.
All right, Alex, thanks a lot for taking the time out of your busy schedule because, it's Friday and weekend is usually busy in the barbershop.
Yep.
So thanks a lot for doing this and all the best to you and all your colleagues in the barbershop, Vintage Barbershop. So there you have it, guys. This is your episode of Talking with Nygil, Boys to Men, Part 2, talking about grooming the young men. And spoke with Alex, who's been a barber for over 12 years, and he shared some insightful information with us on how to care for ourselves. So thank you guys and stay tuned for our next episode.